What's up, disc golf fans? This is Cass from Lead Card Productions, and we are here to bring you coverage of the 15th annual Solitude Open, presented by MVP Disc Sports. Solitude's disc golf course plays almost as long as it is elevated, which provides golfers a whole new set of challenges. After playing in round 1 of the tournament, Ranger was able to get back up on the mountain and capture this footage from the Men's Pro Open. We'll start our highlight reel at the lake hole with Justin Mcmahon Anderson. This hole's playing 365 feet over an out-of-bounds lake, and the side hill that the basket's standing on is very steep, makes for very tricky putting uphill and downhill.
Good. I hope.
If you make it in the lake, you'll probably be shooting where Johnny Vance is shooting from here.
Smash it. Ooh. Good run.
We caught up with Eagle McMahon on the ridge hole. This is the second out of 3 holes that they've added for this year's Solitude Open. 395 feet, uphill about 95 feet. And that's how it's done. And with that marks Eagle McMahon's first birdie of the tournament. This is the third addition to the 3 holes you'll play before riding the chairlift up to hole 1. We have Chris Telespo here throwing a huge hyzer. And after a lift ride up the mountain, we get to hole 1 where we catch up with the men's advanced division card. I happen to be playing on this card with Jason Oxen and Dave Jones. And a big shout out to Randy Howard on camera today.
Settle down. Hit grass. There we go.
Just playing it for a 3. Yeah. Hook it up.
There. That's a good hookup.
Use that to my advantage. This one's gonna listen to me then.
Nice. Take that.
Dave Jones here from just outside the circle. And here's my putt for birdie. Unfortunately, none of us are able to convert on hole 1. So we move on to hole number 2. Right here I'm throwing a Blizzard Boss. Bolivia is another local player in the advanced division. We caught up with them on hole 3, along with Jamison Scott. And it is tough to convert a 2 on this hole if you are not in that little pocket. We'll hop over to hole 7 where we catch up with the men's pro open card. Last year's tournament runner-up Greg Sorenson throwing on this picturesque downhill 357-foot hole. Here's Jory Reed trying to put something together, but just hits the number plate. Eagle went quite long on his drive. Now back to the amateurs. Jason Oxen here with a big sky hyzer. Lands right short of the cliff.
Nice.
And he makes a great deuce. That's a deft putt right there because it's downhill so far with a huge out of bounds cliff. We jumped ahead to 9 to catch up with Eagle for his birdie putt. After a huge eruption, we figure it could only be an ace. We ran over to hole 11 where we caught up with Justin Mcmahon as he walked down the fairway.
So, Mcmahon, you got your first backhand ace. How do you feel?
Oh man, it felt great. Woohoo! Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, money's flying into my pocket.
Did you take $1 from it?
It was because of my group. They all co-piloted it in, so we got to give them credit, really.
Oh.
Group of co-pilots.
He said you guys all deserve aces too.
You want me to clean it out? Yeah. All right. Good group. We got Kevin, we got G-Reg, we got Trevor, Ace 11, Hole 11, Solitude, first backhand ace, and my first discraft ace with the zone. Thanks, guys. Woohoo! Thank you. Yeah.
Hole 11 is possibly the signature hole on the course, just due to the fact that it was featured in the Innova Disc Golf calendar a few years back. It plays 292 feet downhill, basically straight, but once you get down to the green, there's a dozen or so aspens inside the circle, evenly spaced out, but you do have to adjust your stance, especially if you're long and in those bushes. This year we are focusing on covering as many players as possible. Here's Shea Chamberlain, he's in the open division. Oh, and it hits the bottom of the cage. It's almost like Eagle knew it was going to be a great shot and didn't step in the camera. Thanks, Eagle. Here's a replay of that. It is such a tight fairway. You're basically hoping you don't have any contact except for with the basket. Smile on his face shows he's having a great time. Shea's probably had the most aces out of any player I know personally. And I've even seen him throw one in myself. These are just a few highlights, so we're jumping ahead to hole 17. Hole 17's an uphill 312-foot monster shot. You really have to throw 430 or 440 or so to be in range for a birdie. Jerome there, after almost skipping down the fairway of 18, cans a nice birdie. We were just far enough ahead to watch Eagle and his card play up, and he basically puts it on the lock. Eagle taps in for birdie there and takes a glance down the 18-hole fairway. But coming up 17 here is Justin Bilodeau. Not only is he in contention for the lead card, he's also Brian Usher's assistant tournament director this year. Also in contention for the lead card is Philo Braithwaite, another professional from California up to challenge this mountain course. And with that deuce from number 2, that concludes our tournament coverage from round 1 of the Solitude Open. Please subscribe so you can get notified when I release the next 4 videos we have for you guys. Lead card coverage featuring Philo Braithwaite, Eagle Mcmahon, Jer Eshelman, and Jake Leputka.